All right, so another. Why is my chat not loading? That's interesting. No. But well, starting off again today, right? So we're gonna try to do this more often. Let's try to stay live more often. See how it goes. See how people are feeling. See what nonsense they came up with. I just recently seen that Texas, or well, Fox News, which it's Fox News. Um, so Fox News decided to they pushed out Fox News decided to push out a just like a I wouldn't say like it was a full article. They just decided to say, "Oh, so um potentially 3,000 non-citizens were on the voter roll in Texas." Potentially. So not even like a certified thing, but the thing is like when you notice the basically the rhetoric that they try to push, it's very visible because the thing is you can see it on the headline of what they did. You see it on the headline of what they put, of just basically trying to make it seem like, oh, Texas has been dealing with non-citizen voters. Texas has over how many million fucking people in the fucking country, or in the state, I mean? Like, they have how many people in the millions? And you mean to tell me that there was potentially 3,000 non citizens that voted? Not even that you confirmed that that happened. But you've been saying that this has all happened, and all of this is happening under Republican rule. So exactly what is the problem here? Because the thing is you want to talk about voters not being represented, but then you're gerrymandering the state to basically benefit you. So literally 3,000 votes, no matter where they are, don't matter. Because you made sure to gerrymander the whole state to benefit Republicans because Republicans can't win on their own. It was like you have to try to gain all this stuff. And then the thing is the funny thing about it is that Republicans and MAGA will try to make an issue out of voting, right? And it's just like, if you notice, that's what happens across the country. Red states have Democrats in it, blue states have Republicans in it. That happens on both sides. But then, if you were to take the majority number would be the telling sign. But then, when you try to add and influence people and tell them, like, oh, non citizens are voting, knowing that non citizens have no ability to vote, the same way non citizens have the no ability to obtain healthcare benefits or any healthcare benefits that they need a social security number to obtain. Or they need an ITN number, which if they have an ITN number, that means that they are documented. So the thing is coming up with all these excuses and all these lies to try to just pertain to the fact that they are not doing their jobs. Republicans ain't doing their jobs. Democrats ain't doing their jobs. On both sides, they're not doing their jobs. You mean to tell me y'all still getting paid while the government is shut down and y'all not working through day and night to try to get it done? But when it came to the big beautiful bill, they made sure to stay overnight, made sure to stay late into the night, made sure to get all these things done. But then all of a sudden, we don't got the time to do it, or we don't have the ability to do it. So it's just crazy to see how MAGA tries to influence their masses and then the Democrats try to influence their masses by basically giving people some hot bullshit to run off of. Because it's always hot bullshit on each side. The Republicans have some hot bullshit, Democrats have some hot bullshit. Hakeem Jeffries is now attacking Caroline Levitt. Caroline Levitt is talking nonsense back. You got the young Republicans being racist in a group chat, and then the Republicans is like, we don't know who these people are, yet they work in government, yet they have photos with them, yet they have conversations with them. Man, the list just goes on, don't it? Yet we still in a shutdown with no apparent way of or no apparent visibility to actually getting this fixed, which is one of the bigger issues. Is just that we have no fix for it right now. So right now we still doing this, and we don't have a fix to actually do it. So and it's always the same people that be like, Democrats don't want the government open. Democrats don't want you to lose health care. That's it. Democrats don't want you to lose the ACA subsidies that are there to help you. Everybody wants it. You always want to say anything for illegal. You know what the funny thing, the funniest thing about Republicans saying that, oh my God, all this money's towards illegals. Wouldn't Argentina be considered illegal? Wouldn't Argentina be considered illegals? Why are you giving them 40 billion? You want to talk about Republicans want to talk about, oh my God, the Democrats want to give money to the to illegals, but here you are giving 40 billion to Argentina. That's this administration. So you have a problem with illegals that are in this country, that work in this country, that are already a part of this country getting money, which doesn't happen. But you stay awfully fucking quiet when Argentina's receiving fucking 40 billion. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that some of the most asinine, stupidity? Like I can't even put it into words how stupid you sound now. Oh, see, look. See, now he got no talking points. Now he got no talking points because now he's like, now you see how stupid you sound. You want to complain that supposedly Democrats don't want to give money to illegals in the country, but you have nothing to fucking say when 40 billion is going to Argentina, which literally those would be illegal aliens. Because they're not even American. They're Argentinian. What you got to say now? My man ran. My man said, okay, we can't argue with you. Oh. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Don't run away from the topic now. Don't run away from the topic now. Now all of a sudden he don't know what to say. He's just like, oh my God, they're doing this, they're doing that. Oh no. Shut the fuck up, bro. See how stupid you sound? Oh my God, the Democrats keep the government shut down because they want to pay illegals. But we're gonna give 40 billion to a whole nother country that would be deemed illegal. Oh, look. The kings of changing the topic because they ain't got shit to say because they look stupid in their fucking thought process. Damn, that's crazy, right? You see how stupid you sound? It was like, what are you protesting now? Like, imagine us protesting because we're giving money to Argentina, but here you are not protesting that they're giving money to Argentina. Imagine that. Imagine how stupid Republicans look right now. You want to complain because people complaining because this dude is doing whatever the fuck he wants and putting everybody but America first. But here you are not complaining at the fact that he's putting Argentina before you. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, here goes the gaslighting. Oh, they're going to start with the gaslighting because the thing is they don't have a response to that. Because they don't understand how ignorant their thought process actually sounds. You know how ignorant you have to sound to say that you don't want illegals that are in this country, that are paying taxes, that are working in this country to receive any benefits, but you're okay with somebody that doesn't even live here, doesn't even work here, doesn't even provide anything to help you out, getting 40 billion. Please, I just need an explanation. Don't run from the topic, MAGA. Diabolical is an understatement. That's not even. crazy. That shit is crazy. It's crazy to me. Like they have no explanation for that. I'm gonna just change this to MAGA explain. Fuck it. That's what we changing it to. MAGA explain. That's the highlight for the thing. MAGA explain. Cause please, y'all gotta let me know how the fuck that make any kind of fucking sense. They're here on American soil. These people are working, the same people that were working in your fields, the same people that were harvesting and getting all the shit and all the jobs that you wouldn't do. You would rather have them destroyed, have them not get emergency care, have them not get benefits, which they don't receive anyway. But then you're okay with sending your taxpayer money to somebody that doesn't even do anything for you because they fucked up their country. And then crazy, imagine all these fucking cattle owners, right? Now we talking about we gonna bring in Argentinian beef. I thought we were America first. I thought we were trying to build up American products. That's crazy. The dude just ran out of fucking talking points. Yo, MAGA always run out of talking points. They'll switch it and just be like, "Oh my god, that's not true." I was just like, "Bro, I'm quoting Donald Trump. Like, how am I not saying the truth and is Donald Trump saying it?" Like, you can actually find his tweets that say all the shit he's planning to do. Talk about we might import beef from fucking Argentina. So hold on, from Argentina, right? So Argentina is receiving tariffs, right? So if we're gonna bring in meat from them and that's being tariffed, wouldn't we still be paying more? I'm just trying to please, because the thing is MAGA has no explanation for that. If we're already putting a tariff on Argentina and we're gonna import their beef, wouldn't we be charging more? Damn. Look, we got an English professor here that didn't amount to anything and is a fitness family guy. Look, bro, go lift your weights, bro. Because clearly the creatine and the steroids is messing with your ability to think. Please answer me that. Please answer to me why you complaining about illegals that don't receive benefits here, that work, that contribute to the United States, contribute to taxes, and put more taxes in than anybody in the country of Argentina. The importers would pay the tariff and pass it on to the consumer, which, like I just fucking said, would mean that you would still be paying more for the fucking beef. What part did you not understand about that? Where was the part that you missed the concept? What's up, BK? It was just like the dumbass. Yeah, because you hunted for cows, right? The fuck? Yo, some of y'all just dumb. Some of y'all dumb. We're talking about beef. We're not talking about elk. Everybody doesn't go. Yeah, because we have a fucking whole field's worth of elk that is just processed daily, right? Damn, you gotta be fucking stupid. I was just like, damn, people don't fucking eat elk like that. We don't got fucking whole farms of cat. When's the last time you drove in the fucking Midwest and you saw a whole fucking thing of elk? When? When was the last time? Please tell me. Please tell me what state has a whole just sectioned off area for elk. And then that allows everybody to go and get elk. Please tell me. I would love to hear your fucking classification of stupidity. No, it's just that's what I do. It was like, bro, you go to a certain place that has a certain thing. Thank you, Joshua. Just like you want to mass produce the execution of animals. What do you think a fucking meat farm is, you dumb damn, you gotta go. You gotta be stupid. You gotta be beyond dumb. You gotta be beyond dumb. Talk about what do you think fucking happens at the meat markets? Oh, cause he's special. Like, come on, man. Y'all Republicans will come up with any excuse not to just fucking make any sense. Y'all will come up with any lie just to try to make your lie sound better, and then you sound stupid while saying the lie. If you don't want, man, shut your ass up, bro. I'm not even a liberal. That's how dumb you fucking are. Like, see, that's the thing with MAGA. MAGA is so intertwined and up each other's ass that when somebody doesn't agree with them, they just assume it's a liberal. Isn't that crazy? That every single time, I'm not a Republican or a Trump, bro. No, let me guess, you're an independent. Bro, every single one of you independents was one that didn't vote for fucking Jill Stein and was fucking nut sucking fucking Donald Trump the whole fucking time. Every single one of y'all. Every single one of y'all, now that y'all seen the bullshit that Donald Trump is doing and how he's hurting your fucking bottom line, now all of a sudden it's fucking, I'm an independent. No, changing the subject every single time means you lost the argument. Because you have no idea what the fuck you talking about. Trump is doing great. How? We have to bail out another country before we bail out our own? You have $40 billion to give to the fucking Argentinian people, which I love Argentinian people. Great fucking people. Great fucking accent when they speak. But damn, you got nothing to complain about. You want to talk about people who are doing shit here. You talking about the illegals here. You talking about the undocumented here in this country, right? Yet you're sending 40 billion to undocumented in another country. How that sound? How does that make sense? How does that make any sort of sense? That you have undocumented here that pay taxes, but you are more concerned and are willing to give undocumented immigrants money, 40 billion to the tune of 40 billion to a whole nother country. To a whole nother country before you got anything. Ain't that crazy? Isn't that interesting how Mega has no explanation for that? Isn't it crazy that every MAGA that's come in here has changed the subject but hasn't been able to answer why they're not mad at the fact that Argentina is getting $40 billion? Imagine the fact, imagine this. Imagine that the fucking cattle owners in Argentina are making more fucking money and getting a bailout before the farmers in this fucking country. Explain that. Explain that. The cattle farmers in Argentina is getting money before the cattle owners in the United States. Make that make sense. It's a loan. It's a loan. We're gonna give them 40 billion so that they can give us some of their meat that we already have here. Come on, bro. Here we go. Look, you see how the quick topic changing is? Like, damn, bro, y'all swallow so many nuts out this fucking administration that is fucking crazy. The amount of nuts y'all swallow is crazy. It's crazy how much nut swallowing y'all do. Cause damn, bro, how is it that you got to this point where you are okay with everybody else but America getting shit? Why is that? Why are you such a nut swallower? Can y'all explain that part? Because maybe if y'all explain that part, maybe everyone else would be under. We would kind of understand. We would kind of understand. Now, don't block them, Vegas. Vegas, don't block nobody today. Unless they say something ignorant, don't block nobody today. Today, I want the smoke today. I want the smoke today. I want them to come up today. Today, I'm in the mood to argue with these idiots today. Today, I got time. I got time today. Just let them. Yeah, if it's something like that, boot them. But besides that, I want the ignorance today. I want to see the stupidity today. I want them to come in and try to tell me how. I just want them to explain. That's it. I just want them to explain. If MAGA Republicans can explain why they have a problem with undocumented immigrants in the United States that work and pay taxes receiving benefits, but they have no problem with Argentina receiving $40 billion. I just want an explanation from MAGA. Because MAGA's going to run because they ain't got shit to say. Because you don't hear no complaints from MAGA about $40 billion going to Argentina. But America first, though, right? Make America great again by giving us all our money to another fucking country. Not even $40 billion to help our help. You know what that $40 billion can do? That $40 billion would cover the subsidies that the Republicans are trying to help expire right now. Didn't y'all notice that either? Y'all didn't notice that either, huh? Y'all didn't notice that? That $40 billion, the $40 billion that is going to Argentina, can actually help make sure people have health care? All those subsidies? Imagine $40 billion going into the healthcare industry. Crazy thought, isn't it? So we're able to put $40 billion to another country. Your money, my money, your taxes, my taxes, the people in this country's taxes, to make sure Argentina has shit. But here we are with $40 billion that we can give away, but we can't put it into our healthcare system. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy how MAGA can't explain? MAGA, explain. MAGA, please, somebody, some maggot, come request up and explain yourself. I've gone some time without allowing y'all to explain yourself. So today, like I said, I got the time today to hear y'all stupidity. Today I got time. I want to hear your stupidity plain as day. Because I want you to stay on topic too. I know that's going to be hard for y'all. But I just need that explanation, because then that way, anybody that isn't MAGA, or basically anybody that isn't a fucking nut swallower and an idiot, can understand how is it that you swallow so many nuts all the time. That's what we're trying to figure out. We just trying to know why you swallow so much nuts. Because people, look, you got the people in the LGBTQ plus community fucking confused. Because they at least bold enough and proud enough to say that they're part of the community. Y'all here swallowing nuts and hiding behind closed doors and shit. Like, we need an explanation for this. This has to be studied. This administration, these couple of years that we're going to go through are going to be studied in history. He said clock it. I'm just saying, the LGBTQ plus community is more concerned about how many nuts y'all swallowing than they are. Because it's alarming. It's alarming. You crash Grindr. You on all these sites. You got all these secret chats. We already know about y'all secret chats because we already saw what fucking Pete Hegseth did. We already saw what Pete Hegseth did. So we already know y'all crashing all sorts of shit. Y'all all in these chats, quiet as hell, and then all of a sudden, all these leaks is coming out. Why is it that y'all don't know how to shut the fuck up, bro? Y'all the most gossiping motherfucking group I've. Yo, do you know how crazy that is? How much nuts y'all swallowing? You got the squirrels. You got the squirrels outside my house looking at y'all like. You know what that is when you got squirrels looking at y'all? Like, bro, this is what I do for a living. Y'all over here beating them out. You know how crazy that is? You know how crazy that is? The squirrels is looking at y'all funny. Not even the LGBTQ plus community anymore. The squirrels is looking at you funny. Y'all digging up more nuts than they can find. That's crazy, ain't it? You know how crazy that is? It was just like, please explain. It's funny because then none of them want to show scratch. You got the dude going through the whole movie following one nut. That you right. Now that you mention that, that is true. Fucking Ice Age is perfect for these people. Because they are going through the whole fucking administration just chasing that nut. That's literally all they do is chasing a nut the whole fucking time. Yo! Yo, shout out to that comment. Yo, honey, shout out for that. Shout out for that fucking comment. The whole fucking movie just like chasing after this nut. Like, come on, bro. Yo, the whole fucking movie just chasing after these nuts. Bro, it's crazy. It's just crazy to me. But the thing is then it's like when you want to put them on the spot, they fucking run. When they want to talk they bullshit and they ain't got nothing to say. It was like, am I from the Dominican Republic? I'm American. Are you racially profiling me? Is that what you're doing right now? Are you racially profiling me? Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm getting racially profiled on TikTok, bro. They allow this shit too? Drew is. My man decided to racially profile me. That's crazy. Couldn't even spell the country out. That's crazy. My man. You know what that dude remind me of? The dude. Y'all seen that fucking ICE worker that got arrested for his DUI? That's what he remind me of right now. He's the DUI officer right now that he was just like, he ran out of shit to try to say. So he's like, are you from DR? My man tried to racially profile after he got stopped for having a DUI. That's him right there, bro. I just found his ass. That's what it is. My man tried to racially profile me to try to throw everybody off the track. Like, yo, he's undocumented. He's undocumented. Explain how 7 million is comparable to 77 million. Simple. I can tell you that out of those 77 million against the 7 million, the 7 million actually know how to read. The 7 million ain't just chasing nuts around and ain't trying to swallow them either. That's the difference between the 7 million and the 77 million, because you don't even have those same 77 million actually following you anymore. A lot of those 77 million regret their vote because they're about to go bye-bye, because they ain't going to have no health care to cover them. A lot of them is realizing that the taxes is going up. I know you're not going to tell me y'all still got 77 million when you got all your farmers pissed off as fuck because they're about to lose their farm. And you're not going to tell me y'all still got 77 million when you're about to lose all these farmers. You've already lost these farmers. And now you were losing the soybean farmers. So imagine the fact that you were losing the soybean farmers because China ain't even, what's up, Eugene? China ain't even buying the soybeans from us no more. So that's those farmers. Now you go into the beef. Now the beef you talking about, you gonna bring it from Argentina. Bro, you don't got 77 million. The thing is a lot of MAGAs too fucking scared to fucking acknowledge it. A lot of y'all became independents. A lot of y'all are now independents. I voted for Trump, but I'm an independent now. Shut your bitch ass up. You the reason we here. You the reason we expecting this. You the reason we going through this. Y'all the reason we here. Now you a fucking independent. 7 million people went and protested. 7 million people. I wonder how many of those were actually part of your 77. Most of y'all, the thing is, the funny thing is like they say, they always want, oh, 77 million, 70. Most of y'all don't even have y'all Trump flags on y'all fucking lawns anymore. What happened to that? Remember when they had all the Trump flags and all that shit on the thing? Why ain't they on the lawn no more? What? Why they hiding? Why y'all hiding? Why is it that y'all hiding now? Ain't that interesting? Y'all hide, y'all complain. Y'all some of the biggest complain. Y'all should be the ones that is out there complaining because it's your money that they sending away. The same money that y'all complain about giving it to illegals here, you giving it to illegals in a whole nother country. At least those illegals that are here actually contribute to the fucking country. What does Argentina do for you? Oh, Argentina don't do nothing. Argentina don't pay no taxes. Argentina don't pick none of your fruit. Damn, but they get in the tune of $40 billion. That's crazy. But you ain't got no complaints there? Tell me you racist without telling me you racist. Oh, Argentinian beef is great. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Argentinian food is great. Argentinian people are amazing. I love Argentinian people. Yeah, I love their accent. The way they speak, the way they speak Spanish, I love their accent. But y'all wouldn't know because y'all mad at Bad Bunny for talking Spanish. So how y'all support? I just thought of that. How y'all support another Spanish country before you support Bad Bunny, which is an American citizen that speaks Spanish? Somebody, somebody. Yo, like, can you explain that? How you support Argentina, which is a Spanish speaking country that doesn't do anything here, but you have a problem with Bad Bunny, which speaks Spanish, which is from Puerto Rico, which is a U.S. territory, which makes him an American citizen being at the Super Bowl. But you got no problem to sending 40 billion to a whole nother Spanish country that don't even do shit for you. Damn. That's crazy, ain't it? Look, MAGA just started. Yo, we were up at 90 something plus. I made that statement and half of them fucking left. Yo, half of them fucking left because they didn't even. Oh shit! I didn't. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize. I I thought Argentinians spoke English. You dumb fucks! Like God damn. That's how I know these people fucking stupid. These people probably are just like Argentinians. They speak Argentinian, don't they? Isn't it Argentinian? That's the language they speak, right? It's Argentinian, right? They speak Argentinian. You dumb fucks. It's Spanish. They speak Spanish. The same thing Bad Bunny speaks. Same language. Bad Bunny, you know what the crazy thing is Bad Bunny doesn't even get paid for the performance. And he's at least performing for you. Argentina? Oh, Argentina. I'm even fucking making up the word. Argentina doesn't do shit for you. Argentina doesn't do shit for you. Argentina. The Argentinians. That's what I'm gonna call them. Argentinians. Because they speak Argentina. I guess I don't fucking like how dumb do y'all gotta be? Like, bro, geography was not a strong suit for MAGA. Like, they can't talk Argentinian. Bro. Motherfuckers can't even read in English, but mad at another fucking country that fucking can speak Spanish, speaks another language, and then can speak ours. Imagine that. Imagine you being mad at the fact that somebody else, you are upset at the fact that somebody else speaks a different language and still does a better job of doing your primary language. You know what that is? You know what the fuck that is? That you barely understand English, have a fucking probably third grade fucking reading level. Yet these people have a higher reading level than you, and it's their second fucking language. And Argentinian is not a fucking language, just to clarify, because I know I'm gonna have some MAGA here, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, these Argentinians speaking their Argentinian. No, it's fucking Spanish, you dumb fuck. They speak the same language Bad Bunny's gonna be speaking at the Super Bowl. But at least fucking Bad Bunny's gonna fucking entertain you and put on a show. Argentina's just getting fucking $40 billion just to look at you. Argentina's getting $40 billion just to laugh at you and take your money, MAGA. Your money, MAGA. Remember that. Your money. It's not anybody else. It's your money. They're taking your money and giving it to another country that does nothing at all for you. Nothing at all. Bad Bunny's at least gonna try to entertain you. You're gonna be mad and you're gonna go on your Turning Point USA or Stupid Point USA show and have what, Kid Rock on it or some shit that nobody watches. Like, y'all don't even watch Kid Rock. Like, why the fuck y'all mad at the fact that Bad Bunny is internationally known, which y'all don't probably know what international is because y'all never left y'all state. He said, "Who is Kid Rock?" That is a good fucking question. Toilet Paper USA. What's up, Soggy? It's just crazy to me that you are mad at the fact that supposedly every time says Mar-a-Lago, he's speaking Spanish. Damn. God damn. Bingo. Which I thought that was an American word. They probably thought that was American the whole fucking time. Mar-a-Lago. No. You illiterate dumbass. Like, come on, stop being so damn illiterate. Why y'all so damn illiterate? Maybe if y'all educated yourself, y'all would fucking understand this shit. It was just like, you are mad because somebody else told you to be mad. You don't know how to think for yourself. Look at this statement right here. Look at the stupidity right here. This is what I say about MAGA. This is what I say about MAGA, right? But you giving $40 billion to Argentina. That wasn't the Democrats. That was Donald Trump. That's crazy. Look at what you're complaining about. Supposedly the Democrats want to give, because I don't even know where the fuck they came up with this bullshit. But then all of a sudden, oh, we have a guest. Let's see what Brandon Market Flow. Oh, Brandon left. Oh, he's it. What's up, Brandon?
Yo, all hail the king, Donald Trump. Trump 2028, baby.
Is that all you came to say, bro? I've already had that
Oh, come on. You
stupidity
got,
running
you got
through
at
the
least
chat.
laugh.
Nah, bro, that shit ain't funny. Ain't nothing
You don't
funny about
laugh?
any of this. There's nothing funny about
It's a li-
Trump 2020.
Oh, it upsets you?
No, why would it upset me? The man isn't gonna make it through another term, so why the fuck would you even think of voting for him?
Oh, he's going to make it 2 more terms.
So you just
2028 and
delusional.
2032.
So you just delusional.
Oh, no, I just love having fun with you liberals that freak out about it. Yeah, all hail the king, though, Donald Trump.
So let me get this straight. You one of those that tries to gaslight but sucks at it? Got it. Okay, continue. Let's see if you can actually do something. Yeah. Let's see if you're actually worth anything.
Hey.
He got to laugh. It's funny. It's funny how I made him laugh. I made him laugh because he's so delusional. It was just like, man, imagine gaslighting.
You guys don't have any humor in yourselves.
Imagine coming up to try to gaslight and then you get roasted at the same time.
No, I'm trying to have you to have fun. Come on.
I'm having fun. I'm roasting you right now because you're the one that makes no sense.
Yeah, how many articles are in the Constitution?
As many as need to be, right? You don't listen to them, so what does it matter? You don't know
how many articles? Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. You don't listen to any one of them, so how many doesn't matter?
Come on.
There's 27 amendments, my dude. You know what the 25th one is?
You don't know how many articles?
You know what the 25th one is?
You don't know how many articles?
You know what the 25th one is?
Yeah, the 25th one is the one that Kamala Harris should have been president over Joe Biden because Joe Biden was incompetent to be president.
Oh, but there's no incompetence with this guy that doesn't remember what the fuck he did the day before.
Do you remember Joe Biden getting lost standing there?
Do you remember Joe Biden ever blaming Donald Trump for something he did?
When did Joe Biden give a speech more than 5 minutes to the
When
media?
did Joe Biden actually forget that he signed a bill? When did Joe Biden forget that he signed a bill and blamed it on Donald Trump or Barack Obama?
Oh, Joe Biden said that he didn't even sign bills.
Oh, he didn't. No.
Like
that was what you said. That's what Republicans and MAGA said. Y'all said that it was all auto pen. No. Donald Trump said it was auto pen.
So you're saying Donald Trump. You're saying the Speaker of the...
Hold on. I remember Donald Trump being the one that signed a court order to send Abrego Garcia and keep him in El Salvador. But then when asked, he said that Mark Rubio signed it, even though it had to be signed by him for it to happen.
Wait, Abrego Garcia, was he an American citizen?
He was supposed to be here, right?
Was he?
Was
he an American citizen? Yes or no?
Did he forget about signing an executive order that he signed and blamed it on the fucking Secretary of State?
Was he an American citizen? Yes or no?
And you want to talk about the 25th going to Joe Biden? Joe Biden never said I didn't sign it. No? He was legally here.
Was he an American citizen?
He was legally here.
So he was not an American citizen.
So he was legally here.
Yeah,
so
I don't care.
This is the person that wants to talk.
I don't care.
Hold on. So you're the one that wants to. You're the one that wants to talk about the articles and how many they are, but don't even know. You don't know which article actually covers the fucking thing that he was an American fucking legally here.
You don't even know how many articles are in the Constitution. Oh my gosh.
Imagine
come on,
that.
Get out of here.
Imagine that you don't even know the article that it was.
All hail the king.
Bro, your gaslighting sucks, bro.
All hail the king.
Your gaslighting sucks.
All hail Trump.
Get better.
Bro, you need to go back to high school.
Do better.
Go back to high school.
Do better.
Go back to high school. Do better.
Do better, bro. Bro, actually learn what the articles mean instead of the number.
Vote for Trump in 2028. Go look how many articles there is. Then get back with me. There's 7 by...
Bro. Yo, the funny thing is that these people don't have any success at being gaslighters. Like, how are you bad at it? Like, you've used the same tactic the same way. You notice how he didn't know how to do it? The thing is there's more maggots getting paid to be ignorant than any liberal, any progressive, any independent. There's more Republicans getting paid to fucking act ignorant than it is for us. Because you know why? Normal people, intelligent people don't have to be ignorant because we actually know what the fuck we're talking about. We actually research the stuff. Because look how simple that was. You want to talk about the 25th. You want to talk about the amendments, right? Let's talk about the 25th. Y'all want to say that Joe Biden should have been out of office, but Donald Trump saw, wrote, and signed a document saying for Abrego Garcia to be deported and be kept there. But then he actually fucking said, oh no, you need to ask Mark Rubio about that. I didn't sign that. How the fuck you gonna say that the Secretary of State signed a fucking executive order when only the president can fucking sign them? And we want to talk about delusional. We want to talk about incompetent. We want to talk about not being in the mental capacity to fucking acknowledge this. Any other Republicans want to come up? Because I still haven't gotten an answer why you mad at the fact that fucking undocumented immigrants that pay taxes here, which aren't undocumented, because if they're paying taxes here, that means they have an ITN number, which means they're documented, are trying to get covered, which isn't even true because the Democrats put that in order to get these benefits, you have to be a legal citizen, not a resident, not a legal citizen. That's what they put in there. But then somehow, yeah, okay, with the illegal citizens of the country of Argentina getting $40 billion. Request up, MAGA. Explain that one. Just explain that one. I just want a great explanation how you're swallowing so much nuts. We just need that explanation. Don't change the subject, Ernest. Don't be a bitch. Jump into live. Now you're gonna be a bitch and change the subject? Like, come on now. I thought we was grown. I thought we were grown folk. Y'all out here swallowing nuts so bad y'all don't even know those nut y'all swallowing. The fucking squirrels is looking at y'all funny, man. Y'all be putting more nuts in your mouth than a squirrel can, and them squirrels can do some shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. The squirrels is looking at y'all with the side eye like, damn, bro. Like, I can't even do it. Yo, when the squirrel starts looking at you like, damn, bro. Like, damn. It's just like, damn. That's crazy. My bad, Ernest. My bad. I apologize. I thought you were talking to me. You ain't tagging. My bad. You good. My bad. They were just like, damn, that's what I'm saying. The squirrels is looking at y'all funny. The squirrels. Because y'all got no fucking sense. Somebody come and explain it. Oh, here. You know what? I'm going to invite this guy. Let's hear you talk, Charles. Come on, Charles. Don't be a bitch. Join up. Charles. I sent you an invite. Come on. Oh, Charles left the whole thing. He didn't even try to jump up. Damn. The tough guy from his phone that can't even come up to talk because he know he gonna sound stupid. Damn, bro. I even invited you, and I never invite people. I don't like giving y'all handouts. I don't like giving y'all handouts. And here y'all are. I actually invited this dude, and he ran. I don't like giving y'all handouts, but I actually gave this dude a handout, and he just straight up ran. Talk about I'm the tough guy in my owned basement because I own this house. But here you are, your mom's what? Your mom gonna tell you to be quiet? Your mom gonna tell you you're gonna be too loud? Your mom gonna tell you, hey, put that music down. Put that volume down. It's too loud in here. Shut your bitch ass up. Like, come on, man. Y'all fucking pathetic. Yeah, really fucking pathetic. Like, come on, Mega, explain. We just want we on one topic. We ain't even talking about everything else. We on one topic. One topic. We just want to talk about how y'all mad at the fact that undocumented immigrants are getting health care, but you're not mad at the fact that Argentina is going to give 40 billion to help their health care and help their economy. Nothing. Now I ain't changing to the shutdown. I don't want to talk about the shutdown because this is part of the shutdown too. Argentina's getting $40 billion in the process of while we're in a government shutdown. Imagine that. We're gonna stay on Argentina. So please tell me how you have the money during a shutdown to give a whole nother country 40 billion fucking dollars while we shut down. But oh, remember, we don't got money to give SNAP benefits for those families in need. For those families in need, we don't got the money for SNAP benefits. For those families in need, for those families in need. Yeah, exactly, Ernest. Not 40 with a K, not 40 with an M, 40 with a B for billion. Tell me why SNAP is not going to be, they're trying not to pay out SNAP, but they got 40 billion to pay out to things. Wouldn't 40 billion pay for all of the SNAP recipients? Because the thing is if they on SNAP, that means they're American citizens. Because in order to receive that benefit, you have to be an American citizen. So in order to receive SNAP benefits, you have to be an American citizen, but they're not going to get the money, but Argentina will get the tune of $40 billion. So let me get this clear. United States citizens that receive SNAP benefits cannot receive their benefits, but undocumented, they're not even immigrants because they haven't even immigrated over here, can receive $40 billion? Damn, Republicans, y'all running out of talking points, huh? That's crazy. Not one Republican can actually come into the box and explain that. How them nuts taste? How them nuts taste? Maybe they can answer that. Maybe they can give me an answer to how Trump's nuts taste. Maybe they can give a better explanation for that. Can you explain that, MAGA? Can you explain to me how Trump's nuts taste? Or maybe Stephen Miller's nuts? Or Christy Noam's nuts? Or Pam Bondi's nuts? Or Cash Patel's nuts? Can you tell me? Or Russell Vaught's nuts? Like, please tell me. Can you explain that at least? Can you explain how their nuts taste? Because damn, y'all got more nuts in your mouth than y'all care to explain. Bro, they awfully quiet. Oh, look what James said. Look what James said. I would understand it's hard for you to listen to me when you got nuts full of mouth. Or mouth full of nuts. Or nuts full of mouth. Either way, it's still the same for y'all. Because y'all still take it the same. Y'all still got nuts in your mouth. So that's crazy. Y'all still got Are they salty? I don't know. Or are they smeared with shit because he got diapers on? Which one is it? I'm kind of confused. Because y'all be so far up his ass too. So it's it's kind of interesting, and it probably makes sense that it does taste like shit at the same time, but then at the same time is all nuts. I don't know. Can y'all please explain? Because y'all can't explain anything else legibly. Y'all can't explain anything that is actually worth a damn. But damn. Imagine saying that the 9 months didn't create the last 4 years, but in these 9 months, more money has gone to another country while we're on a shutdown and people don't receive benefits that are Americans. Because under Joe Biden, nobody ever went without worrying about their SNAP benefits. Under Joe Biden, nobody ever had to worry about their healthcare prices being astronomically higher. Crazy, right? Crazy how that is. Under Donald Trump, nobody was worried about their healthcare, even though it sucked. But they weren't paying twice as much, were they? Under Donald Trump, during a shutdown, you are basically telling people that, oh, you mean the open border that the people came in and worked in the country and contributed to our taxes? But then those same taxes you're sending over to a whole country that does nothing for you? Those same that same border you talking about? You talking about the same border? We talking about the southern border, northern border? Which border are we talking about? Which border are we talking about? Because the same people that were here, those undocumented that were working on your farms, were at least working on your farms, on American soil, contributing to how you got your produce. But please tell me how Argentina is producing anything for you. Damn, it gets awfully quiet. Don't it? She said, I'll wait. Lizette said, I'll wait. I didn't even have to say, I'll wait. She said it for me. She said, I'll wait. What's wrong with my right eye is probably twitching because of how much shit I have to fucking wipe off when I read your dumbass comments. Damn, it's awfully quiet, huh? All that nut swallowing y'all doing, I think is like I'm getting like flashes off it. That's why I got glasses on today, because I had to cover myself from all the bullshit that come out your mouth. That's crazy. No, I ain't no fucking liberal. I'm a fucking American. I'm an American veteran. That's what I am. I'm an American veteran that wants everybody to succeed in this country. No matter where the fuck you come from, no matter where you get raised, no matter what state you reside in, no matter how you fucking vote. I want you all to have the same benefits. I want you all to have the same ability to be successful in this country. I don't pick and choose what it is. What I do have a problem with is that damn, all this money that y'all and myself are paying into taxes is going to a whole nother country that ain't doing shit for us. Because when you tell me about Ukraine and you tell me about these other countries, like Israel, I don't agree with. Ukraine, I understood because of the fact that, hey, I was part of, in Germany, I was stationed in Germany. We did some training with the Ukrainians to teach them the shit when we were giving them our old shit. And that's because Russia want to act a fool. But Argentina? Is Argentina at war with anybody? No. Argentina decided to do the same Doge stupidity that we did in this country, and within 2 years, their whole fucking country failed. Not even 2 years in. And here we are taking money from our country to send it over to another country that has done nothing for us. Because if you could tell me, if you could at least tell me what Argentina has done, Can you at least tell me what Argentina has done for the United States that we are going to give them $40 billion? No. Oh, we have a contestant. We have a contestant on The Price Is Right. J Ski,
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
what's up?
I'm hearing myself talk twice. I don't know what it is, but I just want to say that I respect your opinions. I feel the exact same way. Um, we are paying for their health care. We are paying for their universities, colleges. Every woman in Israel that gives birth gets a check. The more babies she has, the bigger the check is. And then every baby in Israel
I didn't even know that.
gets a separate bank account and a check deposited into that bank account until they reach the age of 18. And what do Americans get? We, the people, we get the bill. And that's that.
Oh
This
no,
is
I
why.
I I, I know that. That's why I'm just waiting for MAGA to come up. I thought you was MAGA. I didn't
Oh,
know.
hell no, no,
Oh
no. I just
no.
want to give a PSA. I think,
Oh no, I understand that. I understand that.
yeah.
I appreciate you saying that, but I'm just trying to give MAGA up here today
No,
because
I hear
they
you.
need to explain this.
I
I,
just
I
one thing before I drop. This is a PSA. It's very important. It's one day at a time, one city, one state at a time. Meaning, Zoran Mandami is probably the most important politician in the last 50 years. We have to vote him in and take back this country. He is probably the most important thing right now happening, and he could change everything. You know what I'm saying? But one city, one state at a time. New York City, we gotta vote him in.
appreciate
Anyways,
that, man.
thank you for
I
having me.
appreciate that, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
It's just like I understand that. It's just like the thing is it's just that I want to have this conversation with MAGA because the thing is they starting to run out of excuses. That's what it is. MAGA's starting to run out of excuses. It was like all the nuts is filling into their mouth that they don't have enough shit to spew out anymore. Their nuts is so there's so many nuts in their mouth that they can't talk the bullshit that they usually talk. That's how crazy it is. That's what it is right now. That's what I want them to explain. Because the thing is at least before the election, it was all just fucking theories that everybody that was in MAGA already confirmed and saw that Project 2025 was going to do. Before it was theories. Now they've been proven into fact, but they wouldn't know how a scientific method works because their nuts are in somebody else's mouth, while Trump's mouth and nuts is on them. Because everything Donald Trump says, they eat the fuck up. And every time he talks, they just lick some more nuts off of it. And it's just like it gets crazy because the thing is you can't even come up with anything else anymore. And it's just like the further and further this administration goes, the more and more it shows that he is just trying to take advantage of being the president. He's just trying to make money as best he can. He's trying to make it so that Barron Trump has money left over and money for him to be okay for his generation and the next. That's all it is. Because you can't tell me all this money is going and flowing all over the place except for the American people. Except for the American people. Because imagine that you are okay with bailing out another country before you bail out SNAP recipients. 40 billion to another country before you take care of your American citizens on SNAP benefits. You know what the fuck that is? 40 billion covers those SNAP benefit recipients. Well, that 40 billion. It's just crazy to me. Say, yeah, the funny thing is that people will be like, "Oh my God, it's better than giving money to Ukraine," but we actually have a deal with Ukraine that we're gonna get their resources. We actually have a deal with Ukraine. We're sending them shit and sending them money, and we're getting their resources. What are we getting from Argentina? We haven't even spoken on the beef yet. He said that after the fact. He said that after they already said they're giving them 40 billion. So exactly what? Are you MAGA, William?
Yeah, I mean, I support Trump. Yeah, I wouldn't consider myself MAGA, but I support Trump.
How do you not consider yourself MAGA, but you support Trump?
I don't like labels. Why can't I just believe what I believe in?
Because you believe in the person that created the label.
Well, that doesn't mean I gotta associate myself with the group.
So you believe and like what MAGA does, but don't
Not
consider
everything, though.
yourself MAGA. So let's ask,
If
what don't
I
you like about MAGA? That's a better question because we never asked them what don't you like about MAGA. This should be interesting.
well, can I address the Argentina thing first?
I just want to ask, can you answer that first, and then when we can go into Argentina after?
I don't like a lot of what ICE is doing.
Okay.
I don't support illegal immigrants in this country, but I don't support deporting illegal immigrants to countries of non-origin.
Okay. Well, I'm cool with that. That's a good enough answer. All right. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about Argentina?
Well, you keep saying that we gave Argentina $40 billion, but you're not addressing the fact that 20 billion of it was a currency swap in order to stabilize their economy.
Why does that matter?
You back,
breaking up.
and then
You breaking up, bro. Hey, bro, this I'm gonna disconnect you. Just request because your shit is all jacked up. I couldn't understand. It was just like that. That's the one thing I'm trying to understand though. Because the thing is I want him to come back because it was already fishy when he was like he did say he didn't like what ICE was doing about sending them to a different origin, but he ain't say he ain't like what ICE was doing when it comes to just snatching people off the street. So that's a whole different method right there, right? That's a whole telling part right there. But then the Mac Mobile, he probably got a Trump phone. That's I love how y'all said that. You're on that Trump mobile. but that's the thing though, right? That's the thing how he was saying, oh, but you're not addressing the fact that 20 billion of it was a currency exchange. The thing is what difference does that make? If it's a currency exchange, it still doesn't matter. Because the thing is that's still 20 billion that's given to them. Why are we giving them an exchange of money when we can use 20 billion in this country? Don't they say that it's just like to end homelessness is like what, $8 billion? If you actually wanted to tackle my YouTube page, I'm on. It's if you go onto the bio, you go onto my bio, it's the second link. It's the first one is my veterans awareness project where I help out veterans. Then the second link on there is Cruz Talks. You click on there, it'll take you to the page where I'm currently live on also. Appreciate you, King. Oh, he's back. He's back. All right. Let's see. Let's see if it's your phone working, bro.
Is it any better?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Yeah, you were cutting up pretty bad, so I didn't. You started talking, and then this shit just went out. So
No. I understand. But so yeah, 20 billion of it was a currency swap. Also, are you aware of what Argentina does like regarding the trade for the U.S.?
not entirely. No, not fully. I don't follow Argentina
They're,
fully as to what
they're one of the leading contributors for industrial materials
Okay.
trade, like steel, different kinds of metals,
Okay.
things a lot of things we use for industrial.
Yeah.
So I mean, and a big part I think of the money we gave to them is also regarding to national security. I mean, what you don't want to have allies that are attached to us necessarily.
With the United States military, I was part of the United States military. We don't need extra allies. What problem do we have in South America right now?
A lot of drugs come in from South America.
That hasn't been verified.
What do you mean it hasn't been verified?
It hasn't been. Can you tell me what the leading place is of drugs that we get it from?
Venezuela, probably.
See, like you said, probably. There's no actual identification as to where the drugs is coming from because they all come in through Mexico. So literally,
Venezuela,
we don't know
Colombia,
where it's coming
yeah.
from. You don't know where it is. So basically, you're talking about making an ally to people that we don't even know who the hell. We bombing people in the Caribbean right now. We bomb people
Like
from how many ships? It's been like what, 6 boats that the U.S. has already blown up out the water, and each one of them was from a different country. Yeah, and each one of them was from a different country.
And you have a problem with that?
Yeah, I have a problem with that because you haven't verified that. You haven't verified that they were actually smuggling drugs. Which
they verified there was drugs. They wouldn't have. They verified they were smuggling drugs. They just may not have verified where they're coming from.
How you verified that if you blew the shit to smithereens and there's nothing left? How did you verify that there was stuff in there? Because if you knew that it was coming from somewhere,
I mean, you said you were in the army.
Yes,
but are you
I
aware
know.
of some of the
But look at what you
that's on a naval ship.
And look at what you said. They don't know where it originated from. So if they don't know where it originated from, they don't know where it came from or what it had on it. Because if they knew where it originated from, that means they would know where the drugs came from and where it was going to. They just blew it out the water because it looked like a vessel. And if you notice, and if you've ever been to one of these third world countries, you would notice that these people don't have big ass boats. Those are what regular fishermen use on a daily basis because they don't have yachts. They don't have the economy that we do to buy big ass things. So any boat that looks like that would literally be considered a fucking drug boat. Go to the Dominican Republic. If you take a trip, a little voyage out on the ocean water, go to Punta Cana, go to anywhere in the Dominican Republic, you're going to be on one of those boats. And you go get blown out the fucking water, and they're going to be like, oh, damn, he was a terrorist. Without even confirming it. Because it's like you racially profiling boats. Imagine that.
So you're saying that the Navy right now is racially profiling boats?
If you don't have verifiable shit that you can produce, because remember, with all this documentation with the military, when you take military action, there's documentation for it. You show evidence. They show that you've been reconning this area for this amount of time. We've been reconning this area in the Caribbean, and we've seen all these boats. Mind you, everyone has one of those boats. So the thing is if you haven't verified, because remember, we keep on asking about the verification of it, and Congress even asked about it, and what did the fucking administration do? They was like, oh yeah, we knew, and they ain't even show no proof about it. The funny thing that they brought up is they would bring up Obama and how he bombed and did all this shit, but that was Taliban and we confirmed it. That's the difference. It was confirmed and known these were Taliban assets, these were Taliban militias, these were Taliban things, and then we blew them the fuck up. This is just like exactly like Lamont said. Trust me, bro. They're terrorists, and we just blowing them out the water.
Well, what other president has fought the war on drugs to the extent that Trump is?
You forget, you're not old enough, but I could tell you don't know about Ronald Reagan and the war on
I'm
drugs.
22.
Yeah, you're not old enough. I'm 40, bro. You weren't around for the war on drugs. Everybody has been around. The older people have heard about the war on drugs. The war on drugs started, and it ended up somehow in the black communities when it was coming from other countries. So it's the same way. It's just literally a trust me, bro scenario. The same way it's just like, hey, you look Hispanic, I look Hispanic. I might be undocumented. They don't know. They just racially profiling. Like you said, you have a problem with ICE. It's the same way they doing it with the boats. You need to have verifiable information to blow some shit out the water. And mind you, if it was a little boat like that, why are we using fucking $100,000 missiles when you could have just stopped the boat?
But you say we don't have evidence, but we have a lot of evidence on the routes that drug traffickers take. So what's wrong with attacking boats that are in that?
So why not just put one of our boats there and stop the route?
It's not that easy. If they see one of our boats, they can move routes.
So it's easy to just find whatever boat you see goes through that route and just blow it up? Because every single boat that's been blown up has not been in the same route. So you mean to tell me that they have evidence of all these routes, but they can't tell you where it's coming from? But they can't tell you where it's coming from.
All they have to do is identify one of the bodies.
Yes, but they can't tell you where it's coming from, and they can't identify the body because they make sure to use a fucking munition that blows the shit out the water. There's no evidence. You don't find that weird that there's no evidence to prove that there was drugs or anything there?
No, I see your point,
but also this is one thing. How you talk about our technology, right? You mean to tell me that the satellites that we have, they can only show you the fucking black and white version and they can't show you a fucking color version? Because which one of these boats have you that shows in detail what's going on? Okay, so then that's evidence. Why can't you show that? They have no problem showing the shit getting blown up. That means you have no problem showing the shit in color so that people can see it.
Well, what does color have to do with identifying?
Because then you would be able to actually identify and see what's in the thing. If it's in black and white, what are you seeing? You're seeing a black and white picture. I don't know what the fuck is on that boat.
We, as the people of America, don't need to see every detail.
Oh, yes, we do, because that's how we keep people accountable. The same way with ICE, how you have a problem with people being deported. I have a problem with ICE because ICE isn't all federal agents. They're covering their faces. You're a public servant of the United States. You shouldn't be covering your face. You should be able to show your face. You know why? So that when you act out and you do something you're not supposed to, you can be held accountable, and we're not calling all of ICE terrible. You see how different that is?
Yeah, I agree.
You see what I'm saying? It's that's what it is. It's just like this administration has gone and done things the way they wanted to without giving a fuck. And that's why it's a problem. You're going to give money to Argentina because you want to say it's defense. You want to say it's a currency exchange. But here we are. In the past, we've been shut down for 16 days now? 17 days? You had the money to give Argentina a currency swap of 20 billion, whatever, and then another 20 billion on top. But then people that are American citizens do not have and are not going to receive their SNAP benefits. But you have 20 billion to give to another country. I don't care if you trade with whatever. I thought it was America first. How is it that we're taking care of another country's economy before we're taking care of American citizens that need these benefits?
In your opinion, where should the money have gone instead of Argentina then?
The United States.
Yeah, I know, but specifically where?
I don't care. I don't care. If it's going to American citizens, I don't care. $40 billion going to a whole different country. You can find necessities in this country that need assistance. Shit. Argentina's fucking farmers are getting bailed out before ours are. How does
are
that
you aware of
sound?
how much money the Democratic Party gives to different countries overseas? You're complaining about Trump giving to
See,
Argentina,
but
but
that's the talking point y'all always go to. Y'all go to the Democrats is doing this, the Democrats is doing that. You said you had a reason, right? What's your reason for giving Argentina? You said Argentina getting money was for defense and having another ally when we don't have any.
The main purpose of the currency swap was to stabilize their government.
Why do you have to stabilize their government when they fucked it up?
Because if their government goes to shit, then we lose an ally.
That sounds like a problem. How are we losing an ally because their government went to shit?
I mean, it's kind of. I mean,
they're still an ally to us. They just broke.
I mean, right, but if we lose trade with them, then it's a lose-lose. You know what I mean?
William, just because you may be my broke friend, don't mean I'm not going to be your friend because you broke.
No, but it means you can't provide as much.
I don't need you to provide. I'm the United fucking States.
But that's the thing. Like, we think we don't need to rely on other countries. We 100% do.
We don't need to rely on them to the tune of $40 billion when they don't do.
That's minor scale to some of the money.
That's not minor scale because you can't tell me that Argentina is providing us with $40 billion worth of fucking trade.
Easily.
Let's see. I'm going to look this shit up. See what Google has to tell me. In the U.S., goods and services trade with Argentina totaled an estimated $26.1 billion.
And that's why I said $20 billion of it was a currency swap.
Okay, so then what's the other of it? So you basically telling me, so why are we giving them $40 billion? If all we needed to do was fix their economy and we were trading $26 billion of them, why didn't we just give them $26 billion? Why we gave them an extra $14 billion?
I mean, I don't know. You're kind of pulling hairs here.
I'm not pulling hairs because the thing is we're trying to figure out why we're giving money to another country that just does trade with us. Because remember, the trade isn't stopping. The trade never stopped. The trade never stopped even though they have that money. They are still providing that money and we're still trading with them even with their economy going to shit. So we're keeping their economy going by providing them $26 billion already for the money and the shit that they send us. And now we're giving them a $40 billion on top of that.
Well, I mean, do you know that why the government shut down?
Let me guess, because of the Democrats?
Because they wanted to give money to Africa for people to have transgender surgery. And we're not talking about that. Trump tried to get rid of that, and that's just one of the things.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Look it up.
Look what up? There's nothing to look up. That was not in the continuation bill that you are talking about. The bill that the Democrats put into place has nothing to do with money going elsewhere. The money is to make sure that the ACA, the Affordable Care Act subsidies, do not expire. The bullshit and the propaganda that they keep giving you is what you keep on looking into and you keep on believing. Because if you look at the bills that they put out, they actually put it in there that for you to receive benefits, you have to be American. You have to be a legal American. That's been the law since day one. But the projection of the Republican Party is to ensure and keep saying that, oh, undocumented get it. The undocumented get health care in emergency care reasons only. And the numbers already show that it wasn't even 1%. It was like 0.04%. that actually went to undocumented when it came to emergency care. So the fallacy that you keep on listening to, you have to look into it. When they tell you something, look into it. Because the thing is they tell you a piece, but they don't tell you the exact wording or the exact information. They find whatever information finds their rhetoric, and then they push it out. It's the same
Right.
way. And look, this is
Right.
the
Well, there
same
might have
way.
been.
Because remember, you remember the transgender mice talk?
Yeah.
Exactly. And it wasn't transgender mice. They weren't changing gender. They were using that study to actually do fucking research. But he wanted to say transgender mice. And what did all Republicans in MAGA go? Oh my God, they're trying to change the sex of a rat. Like, come on, bro. I know you 22, you young, you haven't experienced as much shit. Like, look, bro, I've gone through some shit. I was in New York City when September 11th happened. I've joined the military. I've been through the last recession. I've been through Donald Trump's bailout. I've been through Barack Obama's bailout. I served under all three presidents. I served under Biden, Obama, and fucking Trump. I've seen the stupidity on all levels. You have to take the information that's given to you and look deeper into it. Because the thing is they're going to tell you all this nonsense. And especially this administration that has been full of lies the whole fucking time. Once they started with, look, the biggest telltale sign was when they started with the whole Abrego Garcia shit. That the dude was a fucking, he wasn't a citizen, but he was legally here. And what did they try to claim? They tried to claim the dude was MS-13, was terrorist, and they couldn't even prove it. And they ran on that lie to convince people that fucking MS-13 and Tres de Aguas was fucking running rampant around the whole country, but no MAGA, no Republican had ever heard of those fucking gangs before they mentioned them.
Wait, what? So they had to know about it?
If it was supposedly running rampant across the country and they were terrorizing the whole country, how come you never heard of them terrorizing the country before these people came up with it? You can't tell me that the whole country's being invaded by these people if nobody's ever heard of them. Did you know about Tren de Aguas?
Yeah, I mean, you got a good
did you
point.
know
I'm not
about-
as educated on this.
No, I'm not saying you're not. Don't take it as you're not educated. It's that you are not as aware. Because you're educated because you know the stuff. You're trying to learn the stuff. The thing is you have to bring more awareness to yourself. Because you're not a person that wants to be ignorant. You want to learn these things. You want to know more. The thing is that you have to learn to do research from both sides. The way I do things, and this is how I do it, but I think differently than most people. What you have to do is listen to what the right says, listen to what the left says. What they agree on, that's there. Pay attention to what they're not saying.
Yeah, no, that's
what you got to do. Because it's not that you're not educated on it. You ain't as aware on these subjects. Me, I've been doing this for some time. I've been looking into it. Shit, I got my master's degree in public administration because I wanted to learn how the inner workings of government work. So when I start seeing these things, that's when I call it out. But then I also have a background in the military, so I understand how military workings do. I'm not going to say I was a fucking general and I know all this shit, but the thing is when you work in certain levels, you get understanding. And see, like Bay said, thank you for trying. I appreciate that because this is what we have to do. We have to have conversations like this. I'd rather have conversations with a person like you that's willing to listen and understand and see different viewpoints than having somebody that's just completely ignorant and doesn't want to do anything with it. I served in the Army. Well, I don't know if y'all can see the uniform back there, but
yeah, no, thank you for your service, man.
no, I appreciate the conversation, man. But that's what it is. You have to be more aware of these things because the thing is they're painting a picture. Because the thing is like society now isn't like it was when I was growing up. I didn't have a fucking cell phone growing up. I didn't have the power to look at everything on a phone. But the thing is a lot of people don't have that attention span anymore. A lot of us is just something, it caught our attention and we pay attention to it. And that's what these people know to do. It was just like, hey, if I tell you, oh my God, undocumented are running crazy in this city, or they're eating your cats and dogs, you're going to be like, oh shit, they eating cats and dogs. But if you actually do the research for it, there's no cats and dogs being eaten. If you look at where the city is and what you're doing that, and you will understand that. That's why it's just like you can't take word of mouth just from the media. especially like Fox News or Newsmax or whatever they want to call it, that they got sued for lying and had to settle out because they were not representing the news and they were basically lying. Their
No, you're right,
entertainment
bro.
is,
I feel like Tylenol should sue for defamation.
and that's what I'm saying. Look at a case in point there. Look at Tylenol, how they said Tylenol. It's acetaminophen. A lot of
Yeah.
people make Tylenol, but what did they go after? Tylenol, because that's the biggest one. That's the biggest known thing they understand is everybody knows what the fuck Tylenol is.
Yeah.
Everybody. Nobody, if you tell people, yeah, I take acetaminophen, they're going to be like, you took what? They're going to think you a crackhead or some shit.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you
No,
took
man, well,
what?
I'm
Go
always
ahead.
trying to learn, and I appreciate your conversation, and I got to get going, but you can get someone else up here. But it was good
I
talk. I'm always
appreciate you.
trying to talk to people and learn different views, and
I
you're
appreciate
a
you,
smart
William.
guy, so keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate you, my man. You do good, man. You keep at it. You
Yeah,
keep
have a
at
good
it.
one. Have a good one.
See, that's what I'm saying. Those are the conversations I like having. See, a young kid didn't know too much, didn't know well. That's what I like having. I like having conversations like that because those are the conversations that see now he's gonna look at life just a bit different, just a tad bit different. I'm not trying to change the world, but hey, if I could change it one person at a time, if we can change the world one person at a time, we can make a fucking difference. That's all it is. It's just one at a time. The same way as one day at a time. The same way you take one step and follow it by the next, you got to take that first step. And for some of us, it's just like, yeah, I don't mind arguing with fucking MAGA. Because the thing is I know you're not going to outsmart me. But the thing is look, I brought up points. I just like to bring up points, and you have to bring it into a perspective that allows them to see that. That's what it is. You have to bring that perspective to people so that they can see that. Put it into their way of thinking. Because the thing is he thought about it one way. So you know what I did? I went and decided, you know what? Let me talk about it in this manner so that he can understand how he doesn't do that. And that's all it was. He had a thought process. The thing is you got to throw people into different perspectives. I don't think the same way most people do. I can associate things in different manners and put together things that people don't think of and don't associate, because the thing is my mind thinks in like, you know how people have those conspiracy theory webs that people just have like the one thing, and that's how my mind thinks. But it just connects all these different things that make it like, you know what? This is how I thought of this. Because like I said, most people don't think about the whole Argentina thing. And it was just like you giving money to a country. I'm using a Sony ZV-10. Most people don't look at it in that way, because the thing is MAGA don't understand that. MAGA's mad at the fact that Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl talking Spanish. But then they have no problem with sending money to Argentina, which is a Spanish country. So that's a talking point that allowed them to like it makes them think differently. Like, shit, I don't like Bad Bunny and he's American and he talks Spanish, but I'm sending 40 billion over here. And these people, like, because that's why I had to look it up, because he said that we did a lot of trade with Argentina, right? And I was just like, okay, let's see how much trade we got. 26 billion, meaning we're already putting $26 billion into their economy because we're trading with them and paying for the shit they give us. And we're giving them another 40 on top. That's where the problem lies, because most MAGA don't think that way. MAGA's just going to be like, oh, it's 40 million. It was a currency exchange. I can use the currency exchange. The people that ain't about to get fucking snapped this month because supposedly the government shut down and they don't got money, they can use that currency exchange. And then you can throw that other 20 billion on top. Imagine spreading that $20 billion to the people that have SNAP benefits. I don't care if you put more restrictions on it. Like, hey, I need you to show the receipts or some shit. That's, hey, if you're using the money the way it's supposed to, I ain't got no problem with it. But if you would have put that $20 billion to American citizens that are on SNAP benefits, we probably wouldn't need them on SNAP now, would we? That'd probably give them a leg up to get out of SNAP benefits. I was like, don't make ridiculous comments about what MAGA people think. Why don't you ask? Bro, I ask MAGA to explain themselves all the time. But MAGA don't have nothing but nuts in their mouth when they talk. Because it's the same talking points that Donald Trump gives them. And then they can't fucking explain what they actually got to say. So when I become ignorant, because y'all want to be ignorant, y'all get mad at the fact that I'm giving y'all same energy. But look at what I had with this guest just now. William came in and he just wanted to have a conversation. He actually wanted to have a discussion. He didn't get loud. He didn't get obnoxious. He didn't get derogatory. He didn't get condescending. I didn't do either of those things either. And we just had an actual conversation as a 40-year-old with a 22-year-old. That he just thought what I was saying was pure nonsense off of the information he got. And like I said, a lot of people nowadays, they just want to take that face value. They just get the face value part. They don't get the actual in-depth analysis. They don't get the critical thinking to actually look into the situation and be like, oh shit, damn, I never looked at it like that. Because, bro, imagine I just hit you with the trust me, bro. Even though I do tell people that, but the thing is I've researched the shit and I've looked into it. But then I say, you never hear me say, trust me, bro. That's how it is. No, look it up. And if you look it up and I'm wrong, you can come and tell me I'm wrong. I'm going to be like, you know what? I fucked up. I was wrong. I appreciate you for educating me on showing me how I was wrong. That's it. If you got information that I'm unaware of, I'm going to go look into it. If you telling me that we trading with Argentina, what did I say? I don't know what the fuck, how much we spend or what we trade with them. What'd I do? Type it up, looked it up, and I was like, oh, okay. It is what it is. Loyalty, you ain't MAGA. You ain't MAGA, bro. I already know you. I appreciate you, bro, but you ain't MAGA. I want MAGA. I want MAGA to explain. I appreciate you, Loyalty. Loyalty, you not MAGA. I already know that. You been here. I appreciate you, my man. But I just want MAGA to have, because the thing is before it was just like, I will cut off any MAGA that's ignorant. But you see, I can have conversations. I can have discussions. But if you ignorant and you want to be stupid and you want to act and say this and say that, I'm going to just cut you the fuck off. Because I ain't got time to waste. I'm not going to waste my time trying to educate somebody that wants to be ignorant. Look at William. William was not trying to be ignorant. William was just trying to have a conversation and learn something. Or he was trying to teach me something and I was willing to do that. The thing is you can't have a discussion if you're just going to be closed-minded the whole time. You have to be willing to understand other people's thought processes and their perspectives. Because once you do that, you can understand where they're coming from. Once you understand where they're coming from, you can understand why their logic is the way it is. That's all it is. Yeah, the government sent back 2 survivors, but they were fishermen. So there's the evidence you need, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. It was just like, evidence is there. If you're in the military, you know that there's procedures, there's regulations. You see what goes on. To a regular day American that's never served in the military, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that there's a process to this. You have to do reconnaissance. You have to observe. You have to see. You have to make sure. Because every time you say that, it was just like, but Barack Obama did this and he was doing drones. And it was just like, that was the Taliban. And that was confirmed. Because we had people on ground. We had people that observed them. We had people that watched them. We had people that did special forces, Rangers. They were making sure it was just like, hey, bro, this is their stronghold. This is where they at. we have confirmed number 5 on the list is there. I then blow the shit up. You see how different that is when you had a visual of the person. Yeah, bro, he's hanging out here. All right, blow the shit up. And what did we do? We took care of business. It's different when it's just like, hey, bro, it's a boat. Yo, that gotta have drugs on it. Blow that bitch up. Like, come on, man. That's a big difference. It was just like, you mean to tell me y'all couldn't have, like, the technology now, you can have a color video of this shit. But everything's in black and white. Shit is blurry as fuck. Bro, I can see the fucking moon with a fucking Samsung. And you mean to tell me the military couldn't see the fucking boat? Nah, bro, you ain't gonna give me that bullshit. You not gonna give me that bullshit, bro. Motherfuckers be seeing fucking rocks crashing into the moon off a fucking phone, and you mean to tell me the military didn't see this shit with a satellite? You mean to tell me? You see what I'm saying? When people don't think about it like that. That's what it makes it sound crazy. It's just like, bro, the James Webb telescope can see fucking galaxies away, but I can't see a fucking. It looked like you just took the fucking video with the first fucking iPhone that came out. The fuck out of here, bro. So when they use satellite to go in and get out Bin Laden, no, the difference is that they use satellite to view it, and then they used reconnaissance, which was actual informants or people that helped us, the people that became asylum seekers. They helped us and confirmed the location, saying, yes, we saw him there. The satellite showed us where he was at. Then we sent people to make sure and recon and double it to make sure. Because you know what? It is a war crime to just blow up a building in Afghanistan just for shits and giggles. We ain't fucking Israel. We at least have some sort of fucking decency. We don't just be like, oh, they were in the underground tunnels. Mind you, the whole shit gets blown up and you haven't found any underground tunnels. So what fucking tunnels were they under? See how that makes it sound fishy? Bro, I don't... This is one thing I gotta say about that. This is how I'm gonna leave it like this, right? How come you've never seen a picture of the flag on the moon from Earth? I fucked up a couple of y'all heads right now. I done fucked up a couple of y'all heads right now. Yo, like, damn. The fuck? I just fucked up a couple of y'all heads right now. A lot of y'all right now are just like. But I can see another fucking galaxy. I can take pictures of another fucking planet, but I can't take a picture of the fucking flag on the moon, even though that shit is lit up. Come on, dog. I know a couple of y'all right now is just like, the fuck? I'm probably gonna knock on my door later on. Is there a Just Cruz here? He was talking some wild ass shit on fucking live. Well, we need to talk to you. like, bro, you know too much, bro. We have to watch me. Like I said, my mind thinks weird. I connect things and it's just like, you know what it is? You know when when you see those videos and there's somebody that's getting high and shit, and they always ask some weird ass questions that'll make you like sit down and think. That's my mind without the drugs. That's the scary part. So I don't even know what it would be on it. But that's my mind. That's my mind without it. That's how my mind thinks. Coming up with these questions, like you just sit there and be like, bro, how come I never seen a picture of the flag here on the moon? It was just like we can fucking zoom in like crazy to fucking other planets that are fucking light years away. But you mean to tell me you can't zoom in close enough to the moon to show me a picture from the Earth showing where that satellite landed, where the steps? I don't expect to see the fucking steps themselves, but you should be able to show me the fucking flag. I'm just saying. That's it's on the dark side of the moon. I don't know, Brent. That's what they'll tell you. But remember, when they were on the dark side of the moon, they had no communication. Shit. Matter of fact, how the fuck I don't get service in the fucking woods, but the fucking president had a fucking straight line with no latency, no lag to the fucking moon? My man had video. Motherfuckers can't even talk on the fucking phone on FaceTime without their shit cutting out. And this motherfucker was talking to them on the moon? In the 60s. Bro, that was the 60s. We in 2025 right now. That's us. Yo, you can't even... I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't ask me weird shit, because I'm gonna give you. You ask me a weird question, I'm gonna fuck your I'm gonna fuck your head up, because you're gonna be like, the fuck? I was like, damn, I didn't even think about it like that. It was just like that's just what my mind does. Like I said, I can't even imagine if I were on some shit what I would think of then. Cause then my mind would probably even expand even fucking more and just think of this shit. Like, this shit is crazy. It was just like, I'm just saying, it's just like, it's thoughts and stuff that some people just don't resort to thinking because they never thought about it. Thing is that some things is just like, I think some things, like this is one thing, like, it's funny because I was just watching Men in Black with my kids, right? And they explain, like, the part where he explains to Will Smith, like, why don't you just tell everybody? Because a lot of people would panic. A lot of people would lose their shit. A lot of people wouldn't understand. A lot of people don't understand, and it would take away from everything they learned. A lot of people that have spent their whole lives doing something would lose all their credibility and all their thought process. That's just the thought process of it. And it's the scariest thing about it. Because imagine you've been thinking like look at, you could take religion as an example. You have people that believe and people that don't believe. I'm an atheist. I don't believe. I went through the confirmation. I did all that, but I don't believe. But imagine how that would change the perspective if the man actually came down. Yo, that's fucking wild. Yo. Yo. Hold on, let me see if my shit's still going. It's just like, yo, that's crazy. Yo, I still can't believe. Yo, I must have hit a nerve, y'all. I hit a nerve. I hit a nerve. Somebody listened and it was just like, nope. My whole system froze. Like, my whole system froze. My whole system froze. My system doesn't freeze. My whole system just froze. Completely froze. I had to restart. I literally had to just restart my computer. Somebody said that's with God. Yo. That is wild. Like literally my whole system just froze. See what? I don't even know what to say, bro. At this point, I don't even know what to say. Cause literally this shit just froze on me. My whole system just froze. Like literally my screen. Like I noticed because I was watching the on the live because it says how long I've been live for. And then I was looking at it, and then I noticed it was just like the shit wasn't moving. And then I'm looking at it, I was just like, why aren't the numbers moving? And then I look at my screen, and then my screen is frozen. And then my other screen freezes. And then the shit just went black. I couldn't even, you know what it is? I couldn't even control alt delete to go to the task manager and restart it that way. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. I don't know. No, no wild ass questions anymore, y'all. They don't want to. Yo, that is crazy. See what happens when y'all ask me questions? These people got all me and they was like, that should make too much fucking sense. That should make too much fucking sense. This man know too much. This man either know too much. It's like I said, that conspiracy map is like my head when it comes to everything. Just I just pay attention. You pay attention to those things that just don't make. You might not like the answer you get from me, but it's gonna be thoughtful. It's gonna be thoughtful. It's gonna be thought out. It's gonna be something that is just like, this is what happened. It was just like there was a bunch of people here listening, and it was just like, because I said it was gonna fuck people's heads up. And I appreciate y'all, Tisha and Kenneth, I appreciate y'all on YouTube watching me through YouTube. Even the YouTube one went out, so that's when I knew it was some shit, because the YouTube live went out. That's when I knew it was some shit, because it's just like that. My whole computer system just froze, and I was just like, man, all I was talking about was just like, why haven't we seen a picture of the moon? I can see fucking galaxies light years away, but I can't see the flag. I'm just saying. It's just it's the thought process that you start looking into. You thought I read to the back. No, because the thing is just like I was here. It was just like that's what. See, I literally cut the camera. Yo, cut the feed. Cut the feed. Cut the feed. Yo, that shit is crazy to me. The fact that they was just yo, cut the feed. Cut the feed. We can't. No. Cut the feed. We can't have it. Cut the feed. I was just like shit. I was like, damn. I wasn't even saying anything. But it's just a thought process, because that's the thing. It's just like people need to realize that some things is just like some things are better left unsaid because of the commotion that it'll bring to people. Because one thing that most people don't understand, right? One thing that it was just like, y'all do realize that NASA was for our ocean, right? NASA was created to observe and figure out the ocean. That's what NASA started as. NASA was not about space. NASA was about the oceans, finding out what was in our oceans, finding out what was in these Mariana Trenches, all this stuff. And then my thought process, I can't prove it, but it's just my thought process. This is the way I think. It was just like they went down there and saw some shit they didn't want to fucking see. Or they saw some shit that we can't fuck with this. We shouldn't fuck with this. Let's get the fuck off this planet. I'm just like, y'all don't find it weird that fucking Elon Musk is so concerned with moving to fucking Mars? Building the first colony in Mars. Why are you trying to get off this planet? This planet seemed to work just fine, don't it? Well, you're not telling me something I don't know? It's like I just pay attention to those things. But it's just like shit with the moon. You look at the moon and it's just like the moon is always there. But you never seen that picture though, have you? These motherfuckers got telescopes that can see shit. Look at how far you can see. Let them go. It's just like even Bill Nye. Bill Nye has always said that we've been in a closed area that we won't make it there because it's full of radiation. And then that's the thing. If you start looking at radiation, radiation is not something that can just be dealt with. Radiation is not something that is, you could say, livable, I guess. It's not a livable situation. You can't survive radiation. You can see what radiation does to people because, like, look at what happened. Let's say what happens in Chernobyl, right? You see what happened in Chernobyl when the plant exploded and all that stuff, and you see how people were passing away because of radiation. How do astronauts make it up there? Remember how to it's like sometimes it starts leading you to think like sometimes these people tell you the shit in movies, but they just change it a bit so you don't associate it. Because the thing is you're going to start freaking out. Like, put it like this, right? If you tell people in the world that, well, look at how it was. Fucking what was I gonna say? When they thought the Earth revolved around the sun. Remember that thought process? Then that shit fucked up the whole world, and it was like, nah, we revolve around the sun. The sun don't revolve around us. We revolve around the sun. That was years of people looking into this and studying this shit to be told, yo, your thought process is wrong. That shit ain't right. We in a globe. We ain't on a flat earth. Look at how that changed the process of fucking looking forward. He started freaking out. And that's the thing. It's just like people don't understand it. There's a lot of stuff that people just don't understand. They don't want you to understand it. That's the thing at times also. Sometimes it's easier for you not to know what the fuck is going on because the explanation is going to leave you worse than what the fucking question was. That's what it is. The answers to some of the questions that some people have are worse than the fucking question itself. The question, where are the Epstein files? We don't know how deep that rabbit hole goes. We don't know how sinister that shit may be. That's just one part of it. That's just the thought process of that. It's just like, yo, damn, this is crazy. It was just like, I didn't think it went that far. I just thought it was this administration. I didn't know it was global. I didn't know it was a worldwide fucking stuff like that. See, sometimes the answers is just not what you want. Sometimes that's what it is. The answers that you're looking for are just not there. They're there, but the thing is they're going to fuck you up some more. Because like I said, if people were told to just like, oh, we went to the moon, people thought, oh shit, we can actually make it out of there. It gives you that illusion. But we stayed out the water. We don't fuck with the water. Why we stop checking the water? Why we stop looking into what's in the water? We live on this massive ass fucking water planet and we don't know what most of the water contains. Shit, we still finding fucking species above ground that we've never seen before to this day. So that only tells you how much we don't fucking know. We're going off of the assumption of somebody that studied this, that said that, oh, this is what it is. This is how we travel. Yeah, we haven't even, exactly, we haven't even fully explored this planet. We talking about going to another one. Why are you trying to leave, bro? So I'm against law? How the fuck did you get that out of all of that? Laws were meant to prevent things. Laws were meant to hold things accountable. But then laws were also used against people. Newton's law. Heard of that one? Laws are there. We don't know what our true nature is. It's, you know what it is, Vegas? Is the bots trying to get me off these topics because they're like, bro, we about to cut the feed again, bro, if you keep it up. That's what it is. They're like, yo, we about to cut the feed, bro. You keep this shit up, we gonna cut the feed again. That's what they doing right now. So they gotta send the bots in here to change the subject because it's just like, it was just like people are outlandish, and it was just like you're so naive and you're so ignorant to the thought process of having the ability to think outside your own realm that people are just so stuck on shit. People don't actually look into things. People want to talk about law and order to change subject, right? People want to talk about law and order, and that's what they voted for, and that's what they believed in. But then you have a criminal in office because he did get convicted, meaning he is a criminal. So you have a criminal leading your supposed law and order. That's all I got to say to that. I don't have to continue with that. I don't have to continue to explain with that. You can't tell me about law and order, but then have a criminal running the organization. Your point is null and void. You make no sense. Anything that comes out of your mouth already gets thrown out the window, and that's why nobody respects most of y'all. Nobody pays attention to most of y'all for that reason, because of the fact that y'all so hypocritical. And that's also the fact that y'all scared to actually acknowledge the truth. That's why I was saying earlier, it says. See, and then you go and do some shit like that, right? See? See? See how simple it is? Because you just try to get people off the topic because you don't have the truth. The truth scares MAGA more than it does anybody else. Because they're not truthful enough to themselves to admit and acknowledge what they're going through. That's all it is. They can't admit to that. They can't believe that. They can't witness that and see that and just be like, you know what? This is what's going on. Because the thing is, the truth bothers people and the truth scares people. When they actually know the truth, that is just like, oh, and they identify themselves as, damn, you are the one that's inadequate. It's okay. To y'all, somebody can tell y'all the earth is flat and y'all believe it. Or the earth is round, y'all believe it. was just like, that's what it is, Vegas. They just came back to just to be bots. Like, all right, let's change this fucking topic because this guy's making too much sense and too many people are being aware and asking these questions, and this dude is fucking up their brains because it's just like they never thought of it like that. It's just like I just did. Now I got a whole bunch of people. The people that were here for that conversation. The people that were here for that conversation right now going to look up the fucking. I bet you right now Google just got hit up. Google just probably got hit up like pictures of the flag from Earth. That's what they think right now. Motherfuckers is like, yo, you can't have that shit. There's like, it's knowledge. It's the thing is like when you want to learn and you keep on learning throughout life, it's just like you keep on learning things. You wanna appreciate the things that make the world go round. So you appreciate everybody. You appreciate everything. You appreciate those things. You appreciate everything that goes around the world. So it keeps you younger. I guess maybe that's why I look younger, because I'm always trying to learn shit. I'm always trying to gain more knowledge. I'm always trying to interact with stuff and other people and different cultures, different civilizations, different things, because then it expands my mind to allow me to teach and tell other people stuff. That's all it is, really. You start seeing it in that perspective where you start seeing other people, you start seeing and you start learning what they do, what they dislike, what they like. You start allowing yourself to learn more. And that's the thing. What they want you to do, they want you to learn more. The more you learn, the more educated you are, the more diversity you see, the more educated you are, the more your mind expands. I can't even talk. The more wow. The more your mind expands, the more you're able to understand things. Sure. Vegas, if they're annoying you like that, you don't have to ask me. If they're annoying you like that, you don't have to ask. If you get personally annoyed by a person, go at it. If you get personally annoyed, if they're just talking nonsense, leave at it. But if they're tagging you, go for it. See, not now. Damn, the bots came in with fucking covered calls now. That's crazy. That's all it is just expanding your mind, but expanding it to the things that they don't tell you. You have to, what up, Dave? You have to expand your mind to the things that they're not telling you. Because the thing is most of the time, they're not telling you everything. I'm not telling you the truth, because the thing is, they know, when they say the truth hurts, that's real. The truth hurts, that's real. Because the thing is if you grew up thinking one thing and then the truth contradicts and says everything against what you thought was real, that's going to fuck up your mind. It's going to fuck up your thought process. You going to have a fucking... That's when people have that midlife crisis. When they have that issue, it's just like, damn, I thought like this my whole life, and then that epiphany hit, and it's just like, shit, that was wrong. Kind of, I wouldn't say it's kind of like religion, because the thing is for some religion, is faith. For some religion is the Bible. For some religion is a thought process. So the thing is religion, it's different phases and different facets to religion that make it so interesting. Because the thing is with religion, you see that your religion isn't much different than other people's religion. They just call it the same thing or call it a different name. Celebrate the same day, but it's a different name. Celebrate the same rising, but call it a different thing. So it's just like, it's different aspects to it, but you learn to understand that, hey, we all the same people. We just talk differently. So when we mean the same thing, we say it in a different way. The same way you can talk in English and you can talk in Spanish, but if you translate it specifically what is said in Spanish, that should sound crazy in English. The same way when you do it with different languages. It's just easier to have this separation, because it's like, I meant this, but you meant the same thing too. You just said it in a different way. Same thing with me. We could be thinking the same thing, but look at how I explain shit. Most people look at this motherfucker crazy. Most people listen to this motherfucker lost it. I don't know where the fuck this guy come from. I agree with him, but this motherfucker lost his shit. He off meds or he off something ain't right with this dude. But I agree with him. And that's the thing, it's the different perspectives, perception, observation is very crucial when it comes to these things because people don't understand it and don't see it always in the same way. You observe things in a certain way, but you're perceiving it from your past experiences, you're perceiving it from your education level, you're perceiving it from what you know. But it could be somebody that knows more about that topic and they will understand me in a whole different level than you did. So that's why I say it's important for people to keep on learning and keep on educating themselves on everything. Doesn't mean like you don't have to be a master at anything. Everybody always wants to be a master at things. You can be good at everything. You don't have to be great at it. You can be good at everything. You could try to learn things. You could try to be good enough that you know the concept of it, but you may not master it. But that's when you go to somebody that is a master. Because there's always going to be a master at something. Because they spent their whole time doing it. Yeah, every day you should be trying to learn. That's what I'm always trying to do. I'm always trying to learn. That's what, with Mecca, it was just like, I always tried to learn, like, hey, explain this. Explain that. The concept of manifestation can be taken into different perspectives, different ways. Some people think it as, hey, I just got to keep on saying it. Some people say, I just got to keep on writing it. Some people say, I got to keep on reading it. But at the same time, it's all different ways of manifestation. But you ain't going to manifest if you're going to argue with somebody about how they manifesting. It's just like, it's going to be different because the thing is you're going to waste time not manifesting because you're arguing with people. With this manifestation, it's just like, hey, I'm looking to talk to more people. I'm willing to talk and interact with more people. I'm trying to educate more people. Not everybody's going to agree with me. Some things don't mix, but then that's the thing. Those are the people that stay behind. Because the thing is on Earth, we didn't get anywhere with people not having creative thoughts. We are where we are now because people did open their mind. They were open to different concepts. They were open to different thoughts. Because that's the same thing with a scientific method. You're going to keep on trying something because this method has already been taught. Okay. So what haven't they thought of? That's a different way of looking. What haven't they thought of? Instead of how can I continue to prove this, what haven't they thought of? That's a thought process that most people don't have. Most people is just like, oh, well, they've already thought of this. Let's keep on confirming that this is correct. It took yeah, basically. But look at all that water. I'm gonna go find some shit. Bro, what? It's just like you have to think. You have to have the thought process to open your mind to say, you know what? I'm willing to do this. I'm gonna go fucking in the middle of the fucking water. You know what? Why do birds fly? I want to fly. Somebody thought about it that way. I was like, what do birds do that I can? Why can't I fly? How do they do it? Well, they look like they got wings. Well, maybe if I put wings. And you know, there was some dumb motherfuckers that was flying and dying because they would jump putting on some bullshit ass wings and they were just crashing straight down. That don't work. Let's put something else. Let's not be the plane ourselves. Let's put ourselves on something else that has wings. And it's just like it's a trial and error kind of thing for the world and stuff to see. But the thing is there has to be that trial and error. Unfortunately, with this administration, that's what they're doing. That's what this administration is doing. They're going through trial and error. Their trial, Project 2025. Their errors have been thinking people were going to riot, people being violent, people acting all out and crazy. That's where their error was, because that's what they were expecting. They were expecting people to lose their shit. They were expecting this No Kings protest to be fucking riots all over the place. They were error judges and lawyers suing them. That was part of their errors. So now they're trying to retry different things. Because it's like, you know what? We didn't think we were going to stop this shit. Oh yeah, the trial Project 75 error Project 75. But that's the thing. They didn't go through, like, if you notice, you see Project 2025, right? Where in Project 2025 do you see the part was, if this don't work? You didn't see that. You didn't see that, did you? In the whole Project 25, you did not see that, oh, well, if this part doesn't work, we're going to try this shit. That ain't there. Because they just thought it was just like, hey, we have the Republicans, we have the Senate, we have the House, we have the presidency. This is going to be our trial, and we're just going to do this shit. They didn't have a backup plan as to, damn, the judges is going to say no. We can't deploy the National Guard here. In Chicago, the ICE needs to wear body cams. We wasn't expecting this shit. We just thought people were just going to be complacent. And then they realized that some people agreed with they shit, but then most don't agree with it because they didn't read it. Most of the shit going on has already been shown and proven that it was part of Project 2025. It was just the people being so naive and not having their thought process of opening up and thinking, you know what? They might actually fucking do it. A lot of these people were just naive and just like, they're not going to do that shit. It was like Project 24, that shit ain't real. They're not going to go that far. They're not going to do that shit. And then they started saying, it was like, oh shit, they are cutting funding. Oh shit, they are cutting research funding. Oh shit, they are putting more money into immigration. Oh shit, they shutting down the government. Oh shit, they firing people for no fucking reason. Most people didn't think it was going to happen until it started happening, and that was the trial part. And then what happened? They thought putting Doge in there and putting somebody that wasn't part of the administration to head all this shit was going to be a workaround. Because at the end of the day, then they could have just, the whole point was to be like, yo, we didn't do this shit. That boy right there. He did all this shit. Bro, we say he was in charge. The man lost his mind. He started firing people here. He started getting rid of people there. We ain't got nothing to do with this shit. That was not us. That was all Elon. And then people in the government was just like, bro, he can't do that. Why is he able to? No, he can't do this. We can't continue to allow this. And then that's what happened. That was the error part that they had, where they thought they were just going to get away with it and blame Elon. Elon thought it was going to be okay, but then he realized, fuck, I'm losing a shitload of money because people is boycotting me because of this dumb shit I'm doing. Everybody's blaming me. Nobody's blaming this administration. Everybody's putting the blame on me, Elon. Yet this administration had no problem doing it, but nobody was putting the blame on Elon, on Trump or the administration. They were putting it on Elon. So that's why they had that in plan. It was just like, you the scapegoat, my dude. You gonna be the problem. America's gonna dislike you. You're not even fully American. See how easy that is? You say that the immigrants are the ones causing all your problems, then you put an immigrant to lead the fixing of it. So when it doesn't work, who do you blame? You ain't think that one part. You ain't think, most people didn't think that one through either. It's like, it's easy to blame immigrants when, hey, the country's getting fucked up because of Doge. Who manned Doge? An immigrant. He's legal now, but he's an immigrant. He fucked up the country. Not me. I'm Donald Trump. I don't know shit. I don't know what's going on half the fucking time. See how easy that works? See how easy that just changed into that positioning where it was just like, now you can blame immigrants. It was like an immigrant fucked up this country. But that was the trial part. They needed to try shit out, and they thought it was gonna work with no hesitation. They didn't think people were gonna fucking sue them. They didn't think that they were gonna get federal judges to file national injunctions. Oh, Vegas, if you haven't Mad Hatter or the Mad Hatter, I think is her name. She's always making videos of fucking unclassified, like declassified CIA projects and shit like that. Crazy. Crazy. The Mad, is it the Mad Hatter? Mad Hatter? Some shit like the Mad Hatter or some shit like that. But watch some of her videos and you're gonna be in shock. You thought she reports on the shit all the time. I've watched some of her videos and I was just like, oh, I knew about this one. I knew about that one. I was like, oh, I did not know about this. I was like, this is some shit. I was like, there's a bunch of stuff, but the thing is the less you learn, the less you know about it, the less influence you have to see what can actually happen and what's done. He said, yo, video quality is way too high to only be having 60 views right now. Appreciate that, Crocky. Now, we had a whole bunch of people, but then I was talking some craziness and my computer froze. I don't know. I was talking too real. I was talking too real and people were just like, what? Damn. This man said some shit, my whole fucking system froze. Like, not even TikTok and everything. TikTok and YouTube froze. My whole computer went black because I was making too much sense. They didn't even ban me because it was just like I just had legit questions that I was answering and asking, but they just. It was just like, that's the thing. It was just like, that's the thing, Vegas. It's easy to just dismiss something as saying, we don't know. If you ask me something, I could full well know what you're talking about, but I could just be like, I don't know. You're gonna be like, oh, okay. You're gonna try to change to another topic. You're gonna try to change to something else. You're gonna be like, oh shit. He said, okay, everybody's on my camera. It's a Sony ZV-E10. ZV-10, ZV-E10, the Sony one. Thank you, I appreciate that. I just use water. Just water. That's all it is. I got softened water though, so maybe that might help. I don't know if that makes a difference. Maybe it's not as rough on the skin. Maybe. Got a water softener. People should try it out. Shit feels amazing. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's the thing. It's just like it's easier to just tell people I don't know about this shit. But then in actuality, you can know a whole bunch about it. Because sometimes that's what I do with these people. Sometimes I have to act a fool to see what they're gonna say. Because like the dude we had earlier, William, I should have followed that dude. I don't know. Did I have? Let me see if I can find the history of. Oh no, it's fucking cleared it. Because that was a good kid to have a conversation with. I can keep coming to flirt. Yeah, I can't control them, man. That's on them. That's on them if they want to be in the closet or not. Well, look, if they gay, they gay. I ain't got no problem with it. I'm not, so I can't help you in that department. You touch, you buy. You touch, you buy. But no, it's the thing about it. That's the thing. It's just like people don't look at it and observe it in that manner. It's difficult to observe things in those perspectives. Like I said, it comes a lot from perspective and observation. I've gained a lot of perspective growing up in New York City. He said 50K an hour. I said, I've grown this way and I've thought this process because of being in New York City. I grew up in New York City. I lived in San Diego. I lived in Hawaii. I lived in Kansas. I've lived in Germany. It's just like I've seen things in different perspectives, different levels, different places that most people have never imagined, never seen, never thought that they would be able to do. I was like, most people dream about going to Europe and don't actually get to see all the castles, don't get to see all the stuff, don't get to see, what's up, Bella? They don't get to see all that stuff. Most people never been to Hawaii and lived there, where they get to go to the beach on a daily basis, where everybody's friendly, everybody's in slow motion, nobody's in a fast-paced environment. So when you live in New York City, everything is fast-paced, and then you go to Hawaii and everything is slowed down and taken and relaxed, it's a whole different thought process. So that's a different thing. And then going from New York City, fast-paced, living in Kansas, middle of the Midwest, living in Hawaii. You in Hawaii now, on the beach every day and stuff like that. And then from there, you go to Germany, and now you see different cultures, you see different languages, you see how the Czech Republic is. I seen the Heidelberg. It's just like you go to Germany, you go to Switzerland, you go to the Netherlands, you go to Italy, you get to see the Colosseum in person, you get to see the Pantheon, you get to see all these things, and it's just like most people just see this in history books. Some history books don't even have that, so they never thought the process to see it. Nobody goes and sees and understands these different cultures, so that's eye-opening to most people. When you have that perspective and you want to learn and see everything, it's just like it is beautiful over there. You see all these things and you're like, damn, this is nice. And then you come back to the States and it's just like, these places are nice too. Need some fixing. Over there needs some fixing in certain places too. But here it's just like, man, you look at things, it's just like, damn, people, you got to do that. Vegas, you got to do it. Just go to Europe. Just go to Europe. Pick a country. Plan it out. You can stay in hostels. Hostels ain't that fucking bad. They cheaper than hotels. You could get a hotel. You could get an Airbnb. You could just go and travel. Be like, you know what? I'm going to spend 3 days in fucking Rome. Just seeing the Colosseum, seeing all the things. Then you know what? I'm going to take a train to this place. You can visit all of Italy take 2 weeks and just travel all of Italy. Next time you save up and do what you got to do, go to Greece. Go to the Czech Republic. Go to Poland. Ain't nobody say, oh, I'm going to go to Poland. Don't you never hear anybody, I'm going to go visit Poland. That's right. Yo, when I tell you, that Hostels movie has the same fucking traumatization as the fucking Final Destination movies. You will never ride behind a fucking truck that has locks. Never ride behind a that has locks. And most people will never stay in a hostel because they've seen those movies. And I'll tell you, the hostels are, look, but it's because we would go in a group. It would be like a group of us. Because we were all soldiers. So we would just all go and be like, maybe like 4 or 5 of us. We would either pitch in all to get like an Airbnb and everybody got their own room. Or even if it was just like people would sleep on the couch or whatever, we just did it that way. In a hostel, depending on where you go, they have hostels that are just like women only hostels. Some in, like, if you go to Prague or the Czech Republic, they have women only hostels. Then they have the co-ed ones and they have the separate ones. They have different things. The thing is you need to know where you're going though. If you're going to a hostel and that shit is like $5, I wouldn't stay there either. Just saying. But some of them is just like, I paid for a hostel. I think the like we would pay like maybe like $40 for the hostel. What's up, Southwest? It was like $40 for a hostel instead of paying 100 something plus at a hotel. But all I'm doing is fucking sleeping, taking a shower, and that's it. And then depending on the hostels, you can have some hostels that they have sectioned off like rooms. Nah, that's what it was. So it was just like you can get a room like if it's like, hey, it might have bunk beds or something, but it has its own bathroom and that's its own little hostel, and it's way cheaper than getting a thing. You're not gonna get all the crazy amenities, but the thing is amenities, but amenities. The fucking finding Nemo and shit. But you do that, and the thing is from there, a lot of the times what happened was we would find people that were from there, and then you would just like Japan hostels. There's hostels all over. It's just like most people don't want it because they wanted you to be scared of that shit. They don't want that shit to make money. That was a movie, I swear, that was made by anemone. That fucking word. There was like that was something that was done, I think, by fucking hotels. I think they sponsored that movie. Because the thing is if you go overseas, a lot of those hotels aren't big market hotels. They're not big market hotels. A lot of them are like mom and pop known old ass hotels that have been family passed down, and the hostels is way cheaper. But the thing is if they don't want you to stay there because they want you to stay in that expensive ass hotel that's not going to offer you anything different than the bed you're going to sleep in. Because if you go on to travel, you literally going, you might party and stuff like that, but you literally going to travel, you going to sleep, you staying asleep, and then after you sleep, what you doing? You getting up and starting to view shit. You ain't doing nothing else. You paying for somewhere to sleep and take a shower. And you don't gotta worry about buying clothes because you can buy clothes over there. Everybody always want to take a big ass suitcase, bro. You can take clothes and you can buy clothes over there, and it's still gonna be cheaper than you fucking flying over with a fucking clothes. You can take what's the fucking airline? Ryanair. Ryanair. If you go to Europe, look up Ryanair. If you are traveling with just like a quick backpack and shit, use Ryanair. Flights, round trip, $100. You could be in Italy, fly to the fucking Netherlands for $100 round trip. It's specified on certain days and stuff like that, but it's just some fair planning. But it's not. It's just like traveling in Europe is easy. If you can travel in the States, and you've traveled in the States where you gotta drive everywhere for a long ass fucking time, you can go and travel Europe in a fucking week and go to different, but you can spend one day in this location, next day drive. If you can get a license, which sometimes they let you drive over there, not always. But if you can get a rental car and you can drive over there, it's not fucking like London where it's on the opposite side. Everything is on the right fucking side. Like if you're in Germany, you're driving on the right side. You get to experience the Autobahn. So you can drive as fast as if you want. If you don't know how to fucking drive fast, don't fucking get on the Autobahn to drive fast. Because motherfuckers gonna flash you to get out the fucking way. Be like, bro, you going too slow. So I got places to go. Motherfuckers just go. Over there, it's how fast can your car go, not how fast the limit is. Not here where you got a speed limit. There, they do have sections with speed limits. But over there, it's how fast can you go. Yeah, if you love driving fast, you need to go to Germany, get on the Autobahn. And you can find the Autobahn going on the 3, on the 1, depending if you're going to Frankfurt, depending if you're going to Munich, if you're going north to Berlin, if you're going to Garmisch, south. If you're going west, you're going to Mannheim, Kaiserslautern. If you're going to Dusseldorf, you're going northwest. If you're going to Hamburg, you're going all the way up north. Beautiful fucking country. Germany's a great fucking country. But Europe is beautiful as well. I was like, the States got stuff, but the thing is, the States, you got to remember, the States don't have as much history as these places. A lot of the places in the United States were created not that long ago. Our country is only 200 something plus years old. These people have been together for centuries. These other countries in Europe have been around for centuries. More centuries than we have. You go at the Rock, it was just like you go and you go to those places and you go to castles that's as older than the fucking Constitution. Older than the Constitution. Look at a building and be like, established or created in 15. 15, what? You're just like, 15, what? What the fuck? was like, how the fuck 15? What? Because it's less unemployment. That's what it is. Most people don't understand it. It was just like 1,500. What? You see the castles, and they still a lot of these castles are still in fucking pristine fucking condition. You don't have castles like that here. Here you have some churches, and that's mostly in the north, in the northeast, that you have those old school fucking churches, those cathedrals. And then you go to Germany and you walk into those cathedrals. Like the one in Cologne. I love fucking Cologne. But that fucking cathedral is amazing. And you see these things, and it's just like you don't see that kind of stuff. You don't see that kind of stuff here in the States. The States has beautiful stuff, but not like that. It doesn't have the history that these places, that these people have been fucking since the 1100s building shit. We don't got shit from the 1100s. Motherfuckers didn't get started here till like 1600. They had already been around 500 years before they even started over here. And we brought a lot of the shit over here, but we didn't bring it and stretch it out the whole way. Because they kept on expanding west, and then the architecture wasn't there. The same skilled workers weren't all moving away. Yeah. Oh, when the wall came down, that's crazy. Yeah, and I have a picture. I have a video of me taking a picture of the wall. And then if you go to Czech Republic, they have the John Lennon wall. If you've ever been to that, they have the John Lennon wall with the big ass John Lennon in the middle, and it's just like painting that way. There's a lot to see. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of old buildings, a lot of old architecture. There's a lot of history that comes from, that's in the States, that comes from over there. But most people don't see that. Most people don't acknowledge that. And most people will never see it because they don't think to do it. It's not that crazy to go travel Europe. It really isn't. It was just like, you paying for fucking flights to fucking fly in the States, and that same money you could have paid to go to a fucking Europe. Not saying it's going to be at the same time frame, but in certain time periods, it's just as cheap to fly in the United States than to go to fucking Europe. Save a couple $100 extra and you can go and travel to a whole nother fucking country across the fucking world, spend a week there and come back, and you basically spent the same shit. Shit, I've looked up in certain time periods, like if you fly in March, beginning of February, shit, you may find, and you find a lot of stuff. You find, man, it's beautiful. Everything over there is beautiful. If they do hops anymore, they do the Ryan. You talking about Ryanair, Robin? If you're talking about Ryanair, yes, they still, the flights are still going. The trains are still working, but the thing is you could do the same thing, fly, or you could travel the train and just see all the fucking landscape. Depends on what you want to do. If you prior military, you can also do space safe flights. A lot of people don't know that. You can do space safe flights in Europe, where it's a free flight. The thing is that they have to have space for it. Vegas, you a vet, you can use space safe flights. So there are military bases over there. There's like Spangladem, which has their base, and Ramstein. You can go about there. That's what I was talking about, space. Yeah, they still have, the space is still there. The thing is they become more limited as they go because they don't have as much flights going, but they still have them. It's the same way when it came to like when I was stationed in Hawaii, there was space safe flights to go to the Philippines, to go to Australia, and to go to Japan. I just never went. But they had them. It's just that you have to hope that they don't cancel the flight or they close it. So that's the only tricky part about doing space safe flights. You had to play with cargo. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to be no fucking regular airplane. You're going to go in a military airplane. You're probably going to be strapped in, and not the same way as in a nice comfortable seat. You're probably going to be on a bench on the side, sitting on the thing and just watching some shit game driven away. Or you might have a whole bunch of, depending on what's moving. But you can do that and you can get a space A flight. And that's it. The only problem with space A is that it is not a dependable way of traveling. Because the thing is on the list, it's just like you could do that shit. They even do that in the States. Yeah, Mannheim got changed back to Germany. What else? Wiesbaden, I think, is still has a bit of Americans on there. K-Town is Kaiserslautern, still Kaiserslautern. Grafenwehr, still Grafenwehr. Ramstein is still American. They have certain bases have been shut down. It was just like, well, that's the thing with those with Space A flights. Most people don't know about them, but the thing is they are very dependable because they're available. Because the thing is for some, depending on what place you go, yeah, Amsterdam was beautiful, especially being by the water also and having the fucking river flowing through. That was nice. I guess people told me it kind of like San Antonio. I haven't been to San Antonio, but it has like the Riverwalk thing. But a lot of the cities over there have that because Hamburg has that also in the north in Germany too. But with the Space A flights, it's just like you can look up. Even in the States, they have Space A flights. You can fly in the States with Space A flights. You just have to find your closest Air Force base, and they'll have like the name terminal, air terminal, or I forget what it's called. Is it AMC was the acronym? Something like that. And they do it like that, and you'll send them off like that, and you'll be able to go within the States, you'll be able to fly for free. The thing is if they have the space, they'll do it. I don't know if Coleman is still there. That's the American, I think, yeah, it's still there. That one's still there. They still send people there. I had a sergeant first class that got sent there. Yeah, they still got that. But everybody gets out on good behavior. Everybody. But that's the thing. In the States, you could do that because I know Wichita for me has it. And you'd be able to get on flights, but it depends on where the flights is going and where they're sending it. So the thing is if military service members, it goes by a priority list. And if you're on that, it's like veterans, active duty, people on orders, retired, dependent, stuff like that. It's on a priority list. I forget. I made a video on that once. I forget what it is. You can fly, yeah. And literally, as long as they have the flight on that list, they'll post it. And they usually have like a Facebook page also. And it'll tell you, oh, these are the flights scheduled for this day. The thing is it can be like, hey, you have this. You have to be there that day, the day of the flight. Be there and hope nobody else has more priority than you so you can get on the flight. But there's times that you can go onto the flight and the flight will be canceled. Or it'll be like, hey, we're not taking any personnel because we had to put military service members like on orders or something to fly first. So there's different ways of doing it, but it's not very dependable when it comes to it. But hey, it's a fucking free flight. If you can get onto one of these bases and there's a flight available and you want to say you going to, like, especially in California, if you're on the West Coast like that, they got flights to Japan because they fly a lot of service members to Okinawa. Hey, we got an available seat. Shit, I just got a free flight to fucking Okinawa. Didn't even pay for it. You just saved yourself half the trip. You got to pay for the shit coming back. Or you could try to wait and get on a flight from over there to get back over here. Literally, you can fly to Japan and back for free. You just have to have the time to know that it's just like, oh, they're going to have a flight today. I'm going to have to go be there early, sign up for it. All right, nobody beat me out. Flight is still a go. You in Japan. If they cancel it, they might be like, hey, we might have another one tomorrow. You might go tomorrow and do the same thing. And they'll be like, nah, we ain't got it. We'll change the plans. The next day, change the plans. So that's the only thing that is difficult about it. But I know my family flew back into the States at one point off of Space A flight from Hawaii. So it's possible. You just have to time it, and it's the timing that's difficult. But all right, y'all. We've had our CIA talk. We've had our questions, wall questions of the day. We had my computer completely fucking freeze out when I was talking too much sense, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna cut out. I got a couple of things I gotta do, but it was today was a good talk. Shout out to William, that guest I had today. I appreciate him tuning in. I appreciate the conversation he brought with him, and he was willing to talk and willing to have a conversation. So I appreciate him for that. We are CIA. My CIA said, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. Keep it up. And I was like, all right, bro. You got it, bro. You got it. We'll stay off topic, but it is what it is, y'all. But as always, be good to one another. Take care of one another. Look out for one another. Love one another. And stay marvelous while doing it. I'm just Cruz. It's been a pleasure as always. You have a good rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. On YouTube, same thing. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all watching. That helps support me a whole bunch by doing it on YouTube instead of TikTok, because I get well, it'll take some time to get monetized there, but there you don't have to gift. All you can do is watch, and it helps me out more. So I appreciate y'all as always. Y'all be good. I'll catch y'all most likely tomorrow. Peace.